Hello, this is Antoine with another episode of Out and Up Friday Spotlight. And like every episode, we're blessed to have another awesome guest, and y'all know how I do. I'm gonna go ahead and let her introduce herself.
What's up? My name is Aubriana Shojgreen. Most people know me as Bree. I'm 13 years old. I go to Grace Christian School from NC.
That's awesome. Bree, you ready to get started with the questions?
There I am.
All right. First, let us know where you're originally from, born and raised.
I was born in Oceanside, California, but I was raised in Jacksonville or Littleton, North Carolina.
Awesome, awesome. And so you're currently at Grace Christian playing basketball, but did you play any other sports, or do you currently play any other sports?
I used to play a lot of old sports. I used to play volleyball. Currently playing soccer right now. I'm in soccer season, and just side sports to get my speed up. So.
All right, that's awesome. So, no chance that any of the other sports are gonna pull you away from basketball, then, right?
Yeah, nah.
Okay. Just something to kind of take up some time, keep you in shape during the off season.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. And so, yeah, Grace Christian, what grade are you in?
I'm in seventh grade.
So, for me, this was awesome. As I kind of search the web and check out, what's going on in the sport. I came across Bree, first her platform and just the awesome things that she was doing, and we're gonna get a little bit into some things that she's doing. I hope she don't take my job, but I saw the awesome things that she was doing in the sport and what she's able to accomplish. So Bree is in seventh grade, but Bree, am I wrong? But did I catch you on the varsity court with your varsity team already?
Yeah, you caught me on there. You caught me on there.
Okay, all right. So when did you actually get to Grace Christian?
I got to Grace Christian like this year. I checked it out like last year when I was at Liberty Christian School, but then I was like, this school is kind of dope, so I came here this year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And again, I was telling Bree before we got started that, Grace Christian kind of came across my radar. I'm still growing and learning some of the schools in the area. But as I was supporting some awesome young ladies I know from back home, Twin Backport, they were down for the John Wall Classic. And right before they played, Sarah Strong, who was the number one player last year, she was there with Grace Christian, and they were on the court when I got there. And so I kept an eye on them, been watching them, watching what's going on. And then it caught my attention that a young lady who played in the championship last year against the Twins, Miss Speller, was playing for North Pitt, and then I saw she came to Grace Christian. And then so as I'm keeping an eye on Grace Christian, seeing what's going on in the, during the playoffs, I see Grace Christian, have just won the championship. And so I'm looking and I see this young lady, Miss Bree. And so, Bree, you're not only an awesome basketball player, you play soccer, but you do something else on your platform, pretty similar to what I do. What do you also get to enjoy doing in your spare time?
Some people don't know this about me, but I can sing. I can paint, and I used to play trumpet at my old school.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so on your platform, your YouTube page, I got to see you do something um on the interviewing side. Is that something that you also love doing in your spare time?
Yeah, I kind of got caught up with this is Ashley R. She very much inspired me to be able to do it. Her podcast is just different podcasts, so go and get it, check that out. But yeah, she really inspired me to get this into it.
That's awesome. So you've had an opportunity to interview several people, and I know just like myself, when we interview people, you just enjoy something different about everybody. And so who are just a few of the guests that you can tell us that you had an opportunity to interview so people can go and watch, some of your awesome interviews?
As we already talked about, I did Sarah Strong, number one in the country. She at UConn right now. She killing it right now. Yeah. I got Zamaria Jones at NC State. She been killing it too. I also got who else is it? I also got Malaysia Full Wiley at South Carolina. She just won her little SEC championship, so that's cool too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So do you have fun when you're getting to ask these other players questions?
Absolutely, especially twin backcourt. They made it like the funnest one as well.
That's cool. That's cool. Awesome group of young ladies, but you're pretty cool yourself, Bree. I want to let you know that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Keep up the great work. And so first, for some people that's watching, let them know your YouTube page and where they can check out your interviews at.
Go ahead and search up Bone with Bree. I got a bunch of good content over there. So go ahead and check those out.
All right, all right. Do you have a certain time frame that you put out shows, or is it just kind of when you find some extra time, or do you have a scheduled time that you put your interviews out?
I don't really have a scheduled time. It'll probably be like once I do the interview, we'll edit it, and then like maybe like a couple of days later we'll post it, or maybe a week after we'll post it.
All right, all right. So I want to test you out, Bree. I want to see how quick you are on your feet. Real quick. You're interviewing Mr. Rogers. You're interviewing Antoine Rogers. This is Bree show. I want you to go ahead and ask me a couple questions.
All right. What's your best part about interviewing all these people?
Man, just the opportunity, Bree, to be able to offer information for young student athletes coming up. It's always for me, not what I get out of it, but those that's able to watch the platform, the information they're able to get out of it. And a lot of times I get to learn a lot from you all and what you all are doing on your levels, the various levels that the different athletes I've been able to interview. But definitely the information that I know there's going to be a young athlete that didn't know something and now they know it after they see one of my shows.
It's important. It's important. I got one more for you.
Okay.
What inspired you to start Out and Up?
Wow, that's an awesome question, Bree. So, former football player, well back when. Don't tell nobody I graduated in 1995. But did you just make a face when I said that?
No. My dad probably graduated at the same time, probably later than that.
So I played 4 years of football, and I played at a awesome tradition, a school that most people don't know, and you probably don't even know my high school, Paterson, New Jersey. I graduated from Eastside High School that was depicted in a movie back in 1989 called Lean on Me. So I don't know if you don't know the movie. Maybe your mom's seen the movie.
Yeah,
Lean
she
on
probably
Me.
knows. She probably know it.
So I graduated from Eastside High in '95, and I played 4 years of football, and it was actually just blessed to be honored as one of the top 100 football players of all time this past year. It was our 100th-year anniversary. We have a Thanksgiving game, and so I was honored to be, named one of the top 100 football players at Eastside. And so being a football player, now being a mentor, a long 15-year career in detention, no longer in law enforcement, but I just gained a heart for mentoring. And so I kind of linked my love for sports as a fan, and I linked it up with the fact that I love just being able to give young people information to help them. And so coming from Paterson and even being here in the Fayetteville area, so many young athletes are so focused on the sport, they don't really focus on their life outside of the game. And so the goal with Out and Up is to encourage young athletes to achieve their very best in the game, but as well as outside of the game. And that's kind of where Out and Up was birthed a couple years ago.
That's dope.
That's cool. That's cool. Oh, Bree, wow. It is awesome to see the awesome job you're doing, and even just to be able to me flip the mic and you be able to take over and answer questions like that. I know that you're not only going to be doing awesome things on the court, but also outside of the game. I can see you already on ESPN and in the media. So keep up the great work in what you're doing. What is the funnest part for you and preparing for or just getting better in the sport that you play? What are some things that you enjoy?
I enjoy a lot of things. I enjoy getting better mostly, like getting better is like the best part about basketball. You don't really like it, but like you know that you're not going to be able to get there if you don't work hard. Like I heard a quote where like it said hard work doesn't always guarantee success, but you'll never get success if you don't work hard. So you won't always get there, but if you don't put in the work, there's no choice, there's no opportunity at all. So you can either take that opportunity or you cannot try to do it at all. So I just try to like either take that opportunity mostly.
That's good. That's good. So what are some things you do or you focus on when you're training? What are some things you like to focus on? Some things that you're working on and improving constantly?
Mostly like trying to like make good game decisions, like instead of just like working on just my handles or just my shot, taking like game shots, doing game dribbles, not not doing like boom, like get into the game flow, like that.
Okay. All right. Do you consider yourself a student of the game? Do you go back and watch some players that have come before you?
Sometimes I forget about it and just like, go to like the ones who are doing now, especially during March Madness. But I sometimes do it like that. Like I used to watch like old NBA games with my brother. We used to do
Okay.
that in the morning before school. But, like in and out sometimes.
All right. All right. Do you have a favorite team?
Um, yeah, I have many favorite teams, but the one that I had the most is South Carolina. Game,
Okay.
love Don Staley, love their whole team. You know,
Okay. All right. And I believe you've had an opportunity to meet her, haven't you?
yes, many times, many times.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do you have a favorite professional team? WNBA, NBA? Do you have a favorite team?
Aces, definitely the Aces, all the way through. Like I love other teams, but like if you're playing against the Aces, you're gonna have to step back, bro. You're gonna have to step back.
All right. All right. Any favorite NBA teams?
Uh, I'll go with the Celtics, because my mom liked them, but I don't really do much NBA stuff. I'm mostly on the women's side, but most of the time.
Now I was good with moms, but I'm a Lakers fan, and I know they tore us up last night. But yeah, I'm gonna let her slide on that one. Celtics are tough. I love Celtics. I love the players on the team. So I'm not one of them old school people that has to hate the Celtics. I'm good, and they're doing very good. But I'm definitely a Lakers fan. But that's cool. That's cool. And
Yeah,
so now that your current season, your high school season is currently over with, correct?
yeah, correct.
Okay, so what does your off season look like?
My off season is mostly like AAU and mostly getting the gym, working out, getting the endurance off, trying to get stronger mostly for the next season. I'm playing soccer now, so that will really help me with my footwork and my endurance. So
Okay, all right. So how do you keep a balance playing soccer, AU, getting ready for your high school seasons? Like, how do you balance all that and still stay focused as a student athlete?
I don't know honestly, but like, I have study halls, so I'll be able to like, get my work done. And I like sometimes doing the car on the way to AAU practice and soccer. I usually because I like have a period before soccer, so I can get my work done then because like I have like a free period as well. So just like, I get my work
That's
done.
that's good. That's good. So you were able to your team as a whole was able to really accomplish a successful season. What did that feel like for you this year?
It felt good. My teammates are very, very successful and they're very great teammates. And, just like competing against each other in practice really helped us because like if we can compete and like go against our own teammates, it's gonna be easy going against other people that we don't know. So
Wow, wow. And you all, as I looked at the roster, kind of tried to go through the roster real quick. You all are returning a lot of players next year, aren't you?
yeah,
Wow. So we can look forward to Grace Christian doing some big things for the next few years, huh?
absolutely, absolutely.
That's good. That's good. And so with playing AU ball, I want to ask for the younger athlete watching, how important is it to get involved with traveling basketball and AAU? How much do you think that helped as far as furthering your career to the next level?
It's like getting yourself out there so college coaches can like see you during the off season, and it's also preparing you for in season. So like college coaches will come to your games as well.
All right, all right. What are some other things Bree would like to do outside of the game? Like, I know that every athlete and most athletes, your goal is to play at the highest level, and I believe Bree that you're heading there. So I know you have that in your bag already. But what are some things Bree would like to do just in life outside of the game?
I would like to do like journalism and interviewing as well, but also being a businesswoman and like making my own shirts as well, being that entrepreneurship.
Okay, all right. So tell everyone watching how they can get your merch.
You can go to breeballin2030.com. It's also on my Instagram, breeballin2030. You can get you can get my shirts. Also on my Instagram is my YouTube and my Twitter and all that stuff.
All right, all right. That's awesome. So, Bree, we greatly appreciate you being on with us. I will like to ask, like, um soccer going on right now. Is it hard to keep your mind off of basketball, being that that's your first love and your passion?
Oh my God. So at practice, that definitely like it's a struggle because one time I accidentally caught the ball and I started dribbling it when I was like just taking a break, I was dribbling. I was like, my coach was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm not supposed to dribble the ball." It's 'cause I was just like in my own head, just like remembering basketball. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm supposed to put on my feet. My bad." So it was kind of a struggle, but I got used to it. Got a couple. I'm playing defense on soccer, so kind of got that in there. So basically, like basketball, just gotta kick the ball instead of pick it up with your feet.
All right. And what position do you play in basketball?
I play when I'm playing up. I mostly play like the one or two or three. But if I play my own age, I'll play like probably every single one, mostly switching out where they need me to be.
All right. And so playing AU, what are some places or yeah, I'll say places that you've been able to travel to and visit that you've really enjoyed yourself.
I definitely like Florida when I went there with CP3 Flames. That was very fun, very competitive as well. I've been to Ohio. I've been to I think Kentucky as well and Tennessee, especially with my school team as well. But yeah, and many places in North Carolina as well. So that's really cool.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna have to call the Twins and tell them to start recruiting you, get you there in Knoxville with them then.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great. And so, Bree, I like to always end with these couple questions. I think they're so important. But how important is it to have positive people in your circle?
It definitely is very important. If you have negative people in your circle, you're gonna start being negative, and that's not a good mindset to have. So just like having positive people around you, you'll have a positive energy as well, and that energy will grow through all of the people in there. So that's very important.
Good. That's good. So, my last question I asked, and I feel like I have something else bubbling up, but the last question I always ask every show is who or what is it that inspires you most in life?
I have many people, but mostly is my mom and my parents. They definitely inspire me. Because like my dad played basketball, so he brought me into like the basketball world. So that's how I got started with basketball when I was 4. And then my mom, she just like drives me to go every single day because like she puts so much money and like sacrifice into this that I need to pay her back when I get older as well.
Wow. And I think when I heard you interview the Twins, did you give a shout out to parents for the awesome work that they're doing?
Absolutely. They really deserve it. All those parents in the backgrounds, they really deserve it.
That's good. That's good. It's just awesome to see a young lady that's able to, even at your young age, able to appreciate those that are pouring into and making the sacrifices so that you can be successful. So keep up the awesome work. But before I end, I want you to leave the young person watching. You are already on a level that's heading to a place of great success. For the young person coming up, maybe the middle schooler that's aged along with you, or maybe the elementary school student that's just getting started, what would you advise them to do if they want to play on a high level? What are some keys, whether it's in school, whether it's on the court? What are some keys and some advice you would give them?
First, I would say don't get in trouble in school. Do your homework because if you don't do that, then you're not going to be able to play basketball at all. And also put in that work to like, I put in the work when I was in 4th, 5th grade so I could play on my JV and varsity team. And that's how I really got on the team. So, for real. So, like, put in the work, don't get in trouble, get up your grades, and make sure you respect your parents because I wouldn't be here if I had to respect my parents at all. So,
Well,
definitely
that's
that.
That's good. That's good, Bree. We appreciate you joining us. And just like I do the regular shows, I always let everyone know it is good to be great in the sport you're playing, but it's even better to be great in life. And we were blessed on this Friday Spotlight to spotlight a young lady that is already making her name known in the sport. And so I'm looking forward to making it to some Grace Christian games right in the Sanford area, to check out Bree and her awesome squad. But I challenge you all to take the information that Bree has given us, Make sure if you're a young athlete, you're taking this advice and applying it. But like I say every show, continue to watch us and continue to enjoy these shows and continue to join us as we continue to go out and up. But I don't want to end this show how I end it. I want Bree to end it how she ended her show.
Ball and Bree, out.
We're out. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll check you next Friday Spotlight. Have a great one.